Hello, everyone. This is Noah and John. We are from UrbanDigs, and it is Friday. So you're going to get your weekly Manhattan market report. John, let's get right to it. Supply 93.96. Show me the chart.
There you go, 93.96. That's a 1% increase from the week before. It's October. Listings come on in October. I mean, what else can I say?
Yep, it is what it is, and listing season will continue for at least another 4 or 5 weeks. So this is going to power up until mid-November, Thanksgiving. So let's see what happens there. Let's move on to pending sales, the measure of demand. We came in at 1963. John, show us the chart and explain a tiny footnote with that.
Okay, well, thank you, Noah. It's a 6.7%, if you're scoring at home, increase from last week. 1963 is. And it's interesting because we're going to touch about this later in this episode. And the part of the reason here is that ACRIS has been doing some upgrades. So there's some slow filings, but we'll touch on that a little bit later. So that's sort of what's buoying this number right now.
That's right. And we'll get into that later on. So that's a very important point. And we're going to end with that. So let's just get to the weekly numbers. We'll move on to the weekly numbers, and then we'll get to that footnote. 1 week active inventory, 1 week active inventory. Let me see where it came in. Ding, ding, ding. 421, Johnny. Show me the chart.
421. I mean, look, it's up 13% from last week. Last week was kind of a holiday week. A lot of people had Monday off last week. This week, no excuses, full week, 421. Still less than 500, which to me is sort of, the marker of a busy week. But, 400 listings, it's going to add up.
Thank you very much. Let's move that right to demand. 1 week contract signed. Where do we come in? We love this number. Not bad, 171.
No, it's not bad at all. Like that's, again, if you're comparing week to week, last week was that holiday week, it's an 18.5% increase from that week. But look, 171, that is the second highest weekly total we've had since the reopen. Right. So, it's moving in the right direction. I want to say we're starting to break out of that 150 range, which, knock on wood, we can keep doing.
It's nice. It's not busting out. It's not ripping higher in any way. I really want to see this thing over 200. And God forbid we see a 250 number. I mean, I would love that. But we're inching towards that goal. So thank you very much for that chart. All right. So, John, I want to come back here now, and I want to show some stuff. Okay. ACRIS is doing some system-wide updates. And I've noticed in the last couple of weeks that the pace of sales volume has slowed down. And what I mean by that is every day ACRIS files sales, right? They file sales that closed weeks ago or months ago. It doesn't matter. Every day, more data is coming in, and tomorrow we'll get more data, and the next day we'll get more data. And we show that on our site and we measure it. So when I start to see that come really down, like much less, I start to think in my head that something's going on. Now, I knew, John, that going into this at some point, we have a very small pipeline of deals over the last 6 months that's going to ultimately fuel a very low volume of sales filings. But I want to show it to you, okay? So let me just show you what you're looking at right over here. We are looking at a 2-year daily chart of ACRIS sales filings, okay? And try to ignore all the big spikes and try to focus on the mass trends right here. And the big note to take here is like, this is here a mix of 2019 mostly, right? Into early 2020, pretty much right before COVID hit, right? We were at that level of sales filings, right? Then COVID hit and we completely shut down. You can see that right over here. That's COVID. Since then, ACRIS has been starting to file a little more. We're going up, we're going up, we're going up. It's great. But look what happens over the last couple of weeks, right down here. Okay. Yeah. And I'm going to get out of this and I'm going to zoom in now on a 1-year chart so that you could see what I'm saying in a little more detail. This is now a 1-year chart. So we're zooming in. Look at this blue line. This blue line right here is a 15-day moving average. And we put that in there to kind of show you the trend. And you could see it falling. We're about half of the level we were before this started falling like 2 weeks ago. Okay. And that was at a level that was like half of what it was before COVID. So you were at this level of like, 50s, 60s, a little higher. Then you drop from COVID, cut in half, and now we're dropping another half. Yep. So for all of those agents, okay, that are trying to figure out what's going on in the market, again, I keep saying this, you're entering a period where very little sales volume is coming in. And for comps and everything like that, it affects everything. And for the most part, it affects pending sales. And that's what you were talking about in the beginning of the show right over here is pending sales is high. We're trying to interpret that as demand picking up, when in reality, if the ACRIS sales filings are falling, right, for a system update or whatever the backlog is on ACRIS side, that pull that ACRIS pull, that closed sale coming out of pending sales is not going to happen. And pending sales is going to have a positive force on it, when in reality, a lot of those deals closed and we're just waiting to find out.
Yep,
okay?
you're exactly right. And there's pending sales are the tip of the iceberg, because you start thinking about, well, all right, well, pending sales, I'm not really going to pay attention to that much. But if you start thinking about what this really means, this is going to affect all of your sales-based numbers. So everything sales-based has to come through ACRIS. That's our verify point. So
right.
When we start looking at, well, what's the median sale price for August, September? Well, you're going to start having some anomalies come in just because there's a small sample size because they haven't closed yet.
Right. And speaking of haven't closed yet, all right, let's take a look at 2020. Let's take a look at every month in 2020. Let's take a look at the total contracts that were signed for that month. Okay, that's on the top right here. See this top level all the way at the top? I'm not going to go all the way across, okay? But that is how many contracts were signed for that month. And then right below it in the red is showing you how many closed. And below that is showing you how many are pending and they're waiting to close, right? So it's kind of showing you. And naturally, you can go to October and you can see how all of the 235 deals that so far signed in October, 0 of them closed, right? So that makes sense of what you're looking for right here. And you could see, again, you can see we talk about this, but this is a great visual for anyone that's looking at how much COVID deals are really yet to close. This blue line is really showing you. And here's, look, you got 675 deals in September, 592 deals in August, 392 deals in July, 144 in June, 57 in May, 70 in April, still yet to be filed.
Yep.
Yet to be filed. These may have closed, but they're not filed with ACRIS. And as far as we know, they're not public record. So it really shows you where we're at and what's yet to come. And this is why we're telling agents, be cautious. You're going to experience low volume and you're going to experience very few comps available, and you're going to experience extreme volatility in numbers over the next few quarters. Be prepared.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Noah. And if I could just, put one more bow on that, it's that this is it's another great reminder that we are a community of agents. So if you see something that's closed and you don't see a closing price for it, pick up the phone, call that broker, actually get that closing price, because these numbers right now are incredibly important. And it is, the ACRIS is upgrading itself. That's great, but it is a bit of a stumbling block to not have that. So don't be afraid to reach out and actually, make some friends. Let your fingers do the walking here.
Broker intel is gold right now. That is fantastic. And listen, we'll let you know when the ACRIS filing starts coming up. And if you want to ask us questions, go to the UrbanDigs forum, post questions over there. We will get back to you very, very soon. Until then, John Walkup, thank you so much for posting these charts. I am Noah Rosenblatt. We are from UrbanDigs. This is your Friday update. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next time.